Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and this is just a quick video with a random observation. So yesterday I was watching Kountry Wayne. You guys know he's a comedian, and if you follow him on social media, he does these daily skits that are about 3 or 4 minutes long. And so on yesterday's skit we had a appearance by Mr. Tip, okay? And so I was thinking to myself, okay, we had Escape in the Verzuz battle, which got me to thinking that that was not by mistake. I'm sure that their PR team has been working really hard behind the scenes, and they probably played a lot in that Verzuz battle between Escape and SWV, taking place, Mother's Day weekend, where a whole bunch of people would be watching. And, they're probably testing the water to see how people are going to respond to them coming out and being more visible and more present, because it seems that this scandal, with these accusers coming out saying that they were taken advantage of, that they were drugged at these parties and made to do things that they didn't really want to do, that seems to have died down. We haven't heard anything about that recently, and I kind of knew it was a scam when that lawyer out of New York, came out as the representative, because I was like, none of this happened in New York, so why would the Sabrina Peterson lady go and hire an attorney who's not a criminal attorney, that couldn't even try the case for her? But anyway, that whole thing was a mess, but then we didn't hear anything else about it. And then all of a sudden we hear that Escape is going to be in the Verzuz against SWV. And a few people commented, saying, why would Tiny want to, be before this large audience, because she's a member of Escape. But that, that chatter died down really, really quickly. And, for the most part, I didn't see any negativity in the chat, speaking about the allegations, saying that Tiny shouldn't be allowed to perform, because you guys know how they canceled singer R. Kelly. They were protesting all of his concerts, saying mute R. Kelly, trying to stop his, got his record label to drop him, and just all kinds of stuff. But T.I. and Tiny had a very different approach to this thing. They went quiet even after their show was put on hiatus. They didn't clap back. They didn't go on the Gayle King show or the CBS Morning Show to do an interview with Gayle King or any of that. They laid low. They didn't really. T.I. came out a couple of times and responded, but I'm sure the PR people and the attorneys was like, don't do that again. Just chill out. This is going to blow over. So in the midst all the hoopla of the Verzuz battle, the Blackburn guy, who is the attorney, he came out with a story that 6 more accusers had come forward, but the story didn't seem to gain traction. A couple of news outlets and blogs picked up the story, but no one seems to care anymore. And Blackburn, he insists that he is representing 11 accusers. Now he has 6 more people that are supposed to come forward, and nobody's paying him any attention, so it seems that people really don't care about this story. And I just believe that the way it was handled, where they weren't out just like rigorously fighting these allegations, has probably worked into their favor. The people at Verzuz didn't seem to have any threats of a boycott or anything. And so that seemed to go over well. And then on Mother's Day weekend, Tiny and T.I. actually hosted a Mother's Day event, for their family and friends. And in an article on BCK Online, T.I. was quoted as saying, every storm runs out of rain, every crisis runs out of pain. The universe told me all we got is us. And then Tiny responded to that saying, you know, we've overcome so many obstacles together that this has made us stronger 20 years later. Thank you for all the times you go out of your way to make me feel extremely loved and adored. I love Mr. H, Tiny wrote about her husband. And so, you know, their family and friends didn't run and scatter, you know, they have stood by them. And so when I was watching Country Wayne yesterday and T.I. appeared in the skit, and so I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. And I think that they're becoming more visible doing these things just to see what the public is saying, how the public feels. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we see production on their show pick back up in the next 6 months. Still not sure what's going on with these charges, these alleged lawsuits or whatever is supposed to be taking place. It doesn't seem like the police department or any law enforcement agency is working on these cases. Everybody seems to have been quiet, so maybe the worst is over for them. And then unfortunately, you know, Keisha Lance Bottom, who was the mayor of Atlanta, has opted to leave politics once her term is over with. And so people are speculating if all of that hoopla was really about getting her out of the picture politically, because there was some chatter that all of this was about someone who was going to run against Keisha Lance Bottom, getting Sabrina to bring these allegations up and somehow tie this to Keisha Lance Bottoms to make her seem ineffective for dealing with people like T.I., you know, because she has used T.I. several times to come on and speak to the community about issues that were going on in Atlanta. So just wanted to bring this to you guys, my little observation, and to find out what you think. Is the worst over for T.I. and Tiny? Has there been like a secret deal behind the scenes to shut Sabrina Peterson up? Or was this all a political hoax to get Keisha Lance Bottoms out of the way? So go ahead, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Rate the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.